Today I've got 4 MLB system picks for you, including 2 that I like a lot. I'm Professor MJ, a 15-year university statistics teacher who's been crushing online sportsbooks since 1999. The first baseball system pick for Wednesday, May 3rd goes to the Arizona Diamondbacks as slight underdogs in Texas. They are backed by 2 betting angles at a time: the cold team versus hot team matchup, and also the hot bat number 1. The latter system has been one of the most lucrative betting strategies over the past 10 years, and it has super simple rules. Bet against the home team if they have won their past 2 games by scoring at least 6 runs in each of those victories. As simple as that. Let's verify that it applies here. The home team is the Rangers, and they have indeed won their 2 most recent games by scoring 6 and 15 runs respectively. For that reason, the hot bats number 1 strategy recommends fading them, and therefore putting our money on the D-backs. That being said, after analyzing the game in more details, do I like this bet? The answer is no, so I'm going to avoid it. So far this season, the Rangers have been a lot superior to Arizona, both in terms of their record and their run differential. They are also at home for this matchup, and yet the lines only slightly favor Texas, as if both teams would have an equal chance of winning on a neutral field. That must indicate that the Diamondbacks have a much better starting pitcher on the mound, right? Well, that's not the case in my humble opinion. Arizona is sending rookie Brandon Pfaadt to the mound for his MLB debut. As promising as he is, he remains unexperienced and we don't know what to expect from him. Meanwhile, Andrew Heaney gets the nod for the Rangers. After allowing 7 runs in his first 2023 start, he has squandered just 5 earned runs over 22 innings since then, which corresponds to a 2.05 ERA. In other words, we have a very decent starter for the Rangers, squaring off against a young, promising rookie who has never pitched in the big leagues. Does that sound like a huge edge for Arizona? I don't think so, which means I am not touching this game personally. System pick number 2 goes to the Toronto Blue Jays, who will be visiting the Boston Red Sox. Interestingly enough, the Jays also qualify under the same 2 systems as the D-backs, but they also fit under a 3rd betting angle called the hot bats number 2. It is quite similar to the hot bats number 1, but with slightly different rules. Bet against the home team if they have won their past 4 games by scoring a minimum of 5 runs per victory. Do these rules really apply to the Red Sox? They are indeed at home and have won their past 4 contests by scoring 7, 6, 7, and 8 runs respectively. Sounds good to me. Having 3 systems at a time pointing in the same direction is already pretty convincing evidence to grab this team. But am I making it an official pick? Remember last week where the Mariners were supported by 4 systems and I still decided to stay away, and it turned out to be the right decision because they lost. However, this time I analyzed this game further and I really like the Blue Jays to get the W in that game. That means I am making it an official pick. Here are a few more arguments in case you were sitting on the fence about this AL East division matchup. First of all, Boston's starter Nick Pivetta has been a very ordinary pitcher all of his career. He hasn't done anything this year to change my mind via a 5.11 ERA. On the other side, Alek Manoah is off to a rocky start this season. But since he was a beast in both of his first 2 years in the majors, he clearly has a high chance of rebounding. And what better way to bounce back than facing the Red Sox, a team he has owned in the past. In fact, in 6 career starts against Boston, he has posted a perfect 4-0 record, along with an impressive 1.46 ERA. You heard that right, a 1.46 ERA, wow! Oh, and did I mention how Pivetta has produced an ugly 1-4 record with a 5.83 ERA career-wise against Toronto? Give me the Blue Jays to dismantle the surging Red Sox tonight. Alright, let's move on to the third MLB system pick of the day, which goes to the St. Louis Cardinals. They are backed by the stingy pitchers betting strategy. Right off the bat, let me mention the fact that this system has not fared very well in recent years, so that diminishes my confidence about this pick. Moreover, do we really want to bet against my man, Shohei Ohtani? Remember a couple of years ago when I recommended you to bet him to win the American League MVP award at plus 3,000 odds, which netted me close to $12,000 US in profit? Ohtani has dominated on the mound this year, while his counterpart, Miles Mikolas, has obtained mitigated success during the 2023 campaign. Plus, the Angels are off to a much better start this season. To me, the odds are not high enough to warrant taking that risk, so I'm going to pass. Are you ready for the fourth baseball system pick for May 3rd? Let's make use of the scoring drought betting system in order to grab the Tampa Bay Rays at home against the upstart Pittsburgh Pirates. Nobody expected the Pirates to get off to a 20-8 start. What a run it has been! After dropping a 7-2 game against the lowly Nationals and losing 4-1 to the Rays yesterday, can't you feel like Pittsburgh might be starting a losing skid? The icing on the cake, of course, is the fact that Tampa is sending what may be the best pitcher on the planet, Shane McClanahan. What else can we say about him? He has not allowed more than 2 runs in any of his first 6 starts, while completing at least 5 innings in all of them. He has struck out 42 batters in 34 innings. He is a machine. I am aware that the odds are relatively low at minus 205 in American format or 1.49 in decimal odds. But you know what? I expected them to be much lower, given we are getting the better team at home and with an incredibly good pitcher on the mound. I believe there is value in this line nonetheless. So this is an official betting play for me today. Some of you may be tempted to ask me the following question. Hey MJ, don't you prefer taking the Rays with the minus 1.5 run line at higher odds instead? That is a very good and valid question. After getting burned way too often last year and early this season with run lines, I promised myself I would quit betting them as much as possible. I'm so sick of betting the run line and seeing my team winning by a 1-run margin that I now prefer to play it safe and take the team to win straight up with a lower payout. That's just my personal preference though, and you are the ultimate decision maker. The Rays pick is backed by the scoring drought betting system. Would you like to know all of the secrets behind this betting strategy, while also discovering how much profit it generated over a long period of time? Simply go watch the video I made around this topic by clicking the small card here in the bottom left corner of your screen. I'll see you there, my friend.